Hello there, beautiful folks. So, I have this ongoing journaling I've been doing with this reversed Five of Pentacles, which on one level will speak about our illnesses. And so I thought I'd just share a little bit that came up for me. So, I've had asthma since I was a young kid, and illnesses in general are always going to. I've had a really interesting and crazy journey with the asthma story, by the way, and dived into it and seen so many different stories, so many different aspects of my personality reflected in it. But it's still with me, so I'm still here healing this story. And I saw something new today that I didn't see. I was diving back into my past because this dynamic of the Five of Pentacles is a poverty story, a victim story, but it's also related to your physical body. So illness stories, this crippling dynamic, and I can see that this asthma story cripples me in a way. Always will ask us to look at illnesses or weaknesses that you've got going on in your body. So go ahead, do it when this card comes up. Anyway, I was doing it, and I was looking into this story and just diving back into my past and asking myself, wow, in what way does this illness help me? Because illnesses will help you. They'll be kind of a reflection of the way you think. And I've looked at this 100 times, and I've dived into it and seen so many different ways that the asthma story can reflect my different thoughts. But I saw something new, and this was, the body closes off, or the lungs close off when you have asthma, and they tighten up, and they're kind of saying no and putting a blockage to the air that wants to come into your lungs. And so I was saying, well, in what way does this help me? And okay, I didn't really find a way that it was very clearly helping me, but I did see a way that it was reflecting my thoughts. And I remembered when I was back as a kid, probably getting into the habit of pleasing other people, and getting into the habit of maybe saying yes to a few too many things, and not really having great boundaries, as kids usually don't, and not really knowing when to say no and when to put a stop to something. And so I would sometimes get overwhelmed, and sometimes just run into my room and just want to be alone, and just appreciate this aloneness. And I just saw, oh, that's my body shutting off. So my body is actually shutting off for me. It's saying no to the world. It's saying no to this air, to life, to spirit. It's shutting down and saying, no, I don't want to take anything more in. And I was just seeing how that is a reflection of what my mind was saying, when it got a little bit overwhelmed and said no. So I changed. I wrote down a couple of mantras. That mantras are not just to be repeated blindly as just verbal stories, but something to really feel into. And I was focusing on finding the words that relate to me feeling mature and old enough and having great enough boundaries now to not have to close down, to not have to feel that overwhelmed, and to know when to say yes and to when to say no, to be able to not have to shut off, but to be able to take in exactly how much I want to take in and say no to what I don't want to take in. And so I created a few beautiful sentences that I'll repeat to myself, and I'll bring into my daily practice, and I'll let you know how it goes. But yeah, use this card, or use all of the pentacles to reflect a little bit about your physical bodies when they come up, and see if they relate in one way or another to what's going on physically. Your body will always communicate to you through illness, and it's never going to be just a negative communication. It's going to sometimes reflect the way we think, or reflect our silent subconscious thoughts, because your body is a manifestation of all your subconscious thoughts on one level, and on another level it will sometimes help us. It will give us, if we're saying, oh, I just can't, I can't deal with this work story anymore, then the body will go, well, I'll help you out. I'll give you flu. I'll give you a cold, so you don't have to go into work. And the body does this, and you reply like, no, but that's not what I want. That doesn't help me. But the body will always reflect what, the subconscious will always do what it thinks is best for us. And sometimes it isn't necessarily what's best for us, but then our mind and the way we think isn't also what's best for us, and the way we believe stories about ourselves is sometimes a little bit screwed up. But anyway, journey with it, see what comes up, and much love to you all.